Hey campers, happy 4th of July. Are you craving some good old homemade ice cream for the 4th of July celebration, but you want to stay off the sugar and eat fairly healthy? Well, don't worry if you have a sweet tooth, because I got you. So the two main ingredients of this ice cream is frozen fruit and cottage cheese. When I was a little girl, my dad always insisted that we kids taste everything. He wouldn't make us eat it, but we had to try a little, spoonful of everything. One night, I remember we did buttermilk. But that wasn't nearly as bad as the cottage cheese fiasco, because my dad and I had a majorly tense standoff at the dinner table. I think I was around 8 years old. And he insisted, you're not leaving this table until you taste cottage cheese. If you hate it, you never have to eat it again, but you have to try it. Now, before you think he was cruel, I am so grateful my parents made me try all kinds of food, because my lifestyle, I'm hosted in people's homes. They take me to all kinds of restaurants, and I have to, I want to enjoy my meal and be able to eat a variety of food. I did a singing tour in Israel, and an Arab family invited me to dinner, and I'm telling you, they put on the dog. It was a feast, but it was Mediterranean food, some foods I'd never tried, but because my dad helped me to have this palate that was just more mentally open and taste buds that were, kind of neutralized to everything. So at that dinner table with the Arab family, they were so precious and so hospitable. They had beautiful food, and I was able to really enjoy it. Now, they did have some kind of big black olive. I'm not sure, I'd never tasted an olive like this, and it was so bitter. And I think it's supposed to be bitter, but I just wasn't used to the bitter. And so they kept talking to me, and I was trying to put it in my napkin. But I didn't want to offend. But anyway, finally I figured it out. So back to the cottage cheese. I think it was the texture, maybe not the taste. He loved it, and I just couldn't get over the texture. I was like, Dad, it looks like baby puke. But I tasted it, and 50 years later, I still hadn't eaten it again until I saw this recipe on TikTok. And I wish I knew her name, give her credit, but she makes everything out of cottage cheese. But she says you put it in your blender or your NutriBullet and you blend it up smooth. And that helped me to think, well, maybe I'll try it. Oh my gosh. Now, you can use any frozen fruit with this ice cream, but because fruit does have natural sugars, I like to do berries, like mixed berries, and berries have fiber, so I think that balances out the sugar a bit. And blueberries are a superfood, so healthy, so I usually put a lot of blueberries in my ice cream. I use frozen fruit because I have Googled some things and done some research, and they say, you can do your own research, they say that frozen fruit is the best way to eat it rather than fresh, because they usually pick it before it is ready, and it's no telling how long it has sat there. Maybe it's been trucked clear across the country. So frozen is good. They let it ripen, and then they pick it and freeze it right away. And I like the way it makes it cold. Now, you can do different consistencies. Well, there goes the granola. It's ready. It smells so good in here. I wish you could smell it. So back to it. You can make this ice cream the consistency that you want. I make mine the consistency of yogurt. I don't care. To me, the frozen fruit is cold enough. And then I sprinkle that granola on top. Ooh, it's good just with the ice cream. To me, it tastes like cheesecake. And I put the blueberries in there. It's like blueberry cheesecake. I love it. I don't know if it will taste like that to you, but you might give it a whirl. It is delicious. And I know not everybody can do dairy, so maybe you can find an alternative for the cottage cheese. Okay, too thick. I'm gonna add a little water since I don't have any nut milk over here at the lodge. So this is the recipe for granola. I'm not really a granola girl, but I love this stuff. It's so versatile. You can use it as a cereal or just by itself as a snack on top of oatmeal or a parfait, any kind of dessert topping. And this is what I put on my homemade ice cream. Ooh, let's get started. I'm excited. Okay, so we're gonna start with 1.5 cups of organic oats, and I just eyeball it because I make it every day. Not every day, once a week at least. We're gonna put about a third, however much you want of any of this, of pumpkin seeds, 1/2 cup of walnuts. Again, put as much as you want. And then we are going to do just a little bit of vanilla powder. Oh, I love that stuff. And cinnamon. I think it's 2 tablespoons, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. I am a cinnamon fanatic. Okay. And then we're gonna go with 2 tablespoons of any kind of nut butter that you have around the house. Today I have cashew butter, so that's what we're doing. This would be really good with peanut butter. And you know, that was more than 2 tablespoons, but you know, it's kind of customized. All right, so we're gonna stir this up. And we'll put some organic date syrup, however much you want, how sweet you want. And I like to put just a splash for flavor of this organic maple syrup. Just a splash. That looks so good. And you have to stir it quite a bit. I can smell the cinnamon and oats. Ooh, and when it's baking, it's like your house smells so good with that cinnamon. It's almost like cinnamon rolls in the oven. So we're gonna put this on a 325 oven for 15 minutes after we spread it out on a baking pan with parchment paper. Oh my gosh. Blueberry ice cream with cinnamon granola. Woo. Let's try this sucker. Wow. You gotta try this. I forgot to tell you, I like to zhuzh mine up. I put some vanilla powder and cinnamon in it and a little bit of date syrup to make it, you know, over the top. So you might try that, but this blueberry, it has a little strawberry in it too. It is delicious. Hope you try it. I want to wish you a happy 4th of July. And if you have no plans, no family, no friends, then it might not be a bad idea for you to go get a couple of sparklers. Go out in the front yard, wave them around like when you were a kid. Put on some music. Yeah. Have some fun. Make your own fun. Happy 4th. See you down the road. Remember to like and subscribe and crush the bell.